Are you actually living your life right now, or are you just performing your life for the world to watch? The reason that I'm saying this is just because I don't know, when I'm looking around myself nowadays, I just see a bunch of people in the society who are doing most of the same things, scared to be themselves, and kind of just compressed vibe. First thing, everyone is being watched, but nobody is really truly being seen because we live in a world where eyes are everywhere. Every picture, every actions, every choices that you make would be measured in this society, seeing their eyes everywhere. So the real paradox is that with technology nowadays, people are becoming more visible, but your true self becomes more invisible than ever. So people would start shaving themselves into the shape they think the world would want to see, but during those process, they actually lose their real shape they're born with. You know how there was a time before social media and technology. Back then, people would just make mistakes or like improve themselves or do anything, and they wouldn't get judged because most things would be in silence. But nowadays, it's just very easy for you to be criticized or judged because there are eyes everywhere now, and it kind of just make people scared to truly be themselves in this world full of judgment. Second thing, I want to talk about the comparison in the society that kills your identity. Identity is supposed to be something that we build from the inside of us, but from the society nowadays, it just seems almost like our identity come from scrolling outward, and that's kind of sad. We start comparing our lives with people we've never met online. We start comparing our achievement, our goals, our life, our friends, our hobbies, like all in general. Just comparing with people who seems to be better than us, and that just leads you into thinking, who am I? It's not enough. But most things that you see on the social media, it's not always true because in fact it's that most people would post the highlight of themselves, their achievement, their success, but not many people would post the moment they fail in their dark times. So you shouldn't compare yourself. And the number third and topic number third is the judgment is loud because people are empty. Your perspective is going to change so much once you realize that the most judgment didn't come from hatred, it comes from people's insecurity. They judge you because that's what they think about themselves. That's something that they insecure, fear in themselves. So they judge you. The facts in this nature is that people would just attack you for being unique because people don't really like uniqueness. So people would attack you for being unique. But just know that when your uniqueness is being attacked by some group of people, it just means that they're just exposing something that they're lacking of their own in ways of courage. Most people are still terrified to stand by themselves, to stand alone, so they mock something that stands out instead because that's their insecurity. Then so our society becomes a loop too because these insecure people spread their insecurities. Insecure people make people insecure. At the end of the day, people start fearing their own reflections because of countless judgment in the society. The sky is getting dark soon, right? And the topic number four, I think this one is kind of important because I think people nowadays have lost the ability to sit alone by themselves and have a deep talk to their own mind. I feel like nowadays our world, our society is very loud with jobs, with trends, with activities, notifications, and that. So there are many noises from the outside world out there, and it kind of distracts people from sitting alone with themselves deeply. How can you really know yourself if you never really sat with yourself and have a deep talk with yourself about who you actually want to be or what you like or what you want to become? Because there is something that I've heard, an identity is built from solitude. But what I can see is that nobody really practices solitude in today's time anymore, because how loud our society actually is. So for me, I think sitting alone with yourself, asking who you really want to be or like what you really want in your life can can pretty much answer what you want to become. Sometimes I think we just need to sit with ourselves few hours, put on some music, light a cigarette, whatever. Nobody is really sitting with themselves, asking them what they really want anymore. So I just see people nowadays just picking up pieces from trends around them, makes them who they are. I just think people are really losing themselves. I'm not saying that people are fake. I'm not saying that people are losing themselves nowadays because they're being fake, but I think it's more like because there's so many distractions in our society nowadays, and people just don't really get to sit with themselves asking who they are. Maybe because of work or anything you're catching up on daily. So I'm already 21 years old this year, and I think it's really the time for us young generations to really sit with ourselves and try to discover who we really are from the inside, and just unleash your identity. And the last thing I want to talk about today, number 5, right? Yeah, number 5. I just think that people are not really being themselves nowadays is because being yourself actually takes more guts and more courage than you think. Because if you want to be unique, you want to stand out, you want to be yourself, there are something that you gotta carry. You gotta carry being misunderstood by people, carry being hated, carry being criticized. And that's really scary. I totally understand how it feels to have all eyes around you, judging you everywhere. But another side, you not being fully yourself, pretending to be something that society wants you to be, is also draining your energy too. So either if you're gonna try to be yourself or try to not be yourself, it's still gonna be tiring. So I just want to make sure that you pick what's best for you. The authenticity is really gonna hurt you for a short amount of time, but if you're gonna pretend for the rest of your life, you'll probably be drowned in regrets forever, and it's gonna hurt you forever. My last opinion I wanna say before I turn off this video is that I don't really think that people are scared to be themselves, but what they're truly scared of is they're probably scared of being disliked, scared of being judged, scared of being misunderstood. And now I'm saying this as a guy who used to struggle finding himself too in the past. And I just want to spread these messages right now to the young people out there who are struggling to be themselves yet. I just want to tell you, sometimes you just gotta forget about the bad noises, something that's making you insecure. Sometimes you just gotta forget about those and just start doing things that actually matter for you. You just gotta show yourself out and do things that you won't regret later in your life, because no one is really coming to save you. To all the young people who watch till the end, it means that the universe has brought us together and we're gonna grow together. And I just wish you guys have a good day now. It's getting dark here. Goodbye.